I'm Perry Adcock. I'm a senior graphic design major, mass communications minor from Prosper, Texas, graduating this May.
I'm Lauren Scarborough, and I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm a senior graphic design and mass comm double major, and I'll be graduating on May 14th. We decided to name our exhibit It's Complicated based off of a quote from Paul Rand that says, "Design is so simple and that's why it's so complicated." I think it really reflects the style that both Perry and I have. We don't want to overwork our pieces. I have been interested in art since I was a little girl, but I didn't think it was actually going to be something that I could do as a career until probably my senior year of high school. I thought I was going to be an engineer, and then I decided to come here instead and do graphic design and mass communications.
And considered myself an artist probably pretty late. My junior year is actually when I switched from nursing to graphic design. So I think that was probably around the time that I really considered myself an artist, so junior year of college.
Design really should be a simple thing. When people look at it, it shouldn't be overly done. That's what good design is, something that just makes sense. I think one of the cool things about both Perry and my work, a lot of it is actually real work that we've done. It's not just something that was only for a class that was some made up thing. These are things we've actually either gotten paid for or were commissioned to us. And so they're real things that you'll be able to see. Driving through town, you might be able to see some of these logos. So it's really been, working for the News Bureau for me has been a place where I've made a lot of things, and I've grown a lot under the leadership there. And also just being commissioned by different people in town or friends of friends to do this work.
My favorites is a logo that I created for Hot Springs. Hot Springs already, you probably know, has a logo, but I wanted to kind of modernize it, update it a little bit. So I used that diamond shape that's already in the current logo and made it a reflection of both a mountain and a water to represent kind of the nature aspect of Hot Springs. Another piece I really enjoyed making was a digitalized watercolor. I had taken a watercolor that I did during Painting 2 and kind of adapted it so that it was more fitting for my graphic design show. And I just really like the colors and the shapes and the patterns that it created. And then another one of my favorites was the book cover that I made for The Birds. It's an interesting, fun story that was from the 1960s. So I thought it was fun to make a modern book cover, and it was just something that was different than a logo or a poster. I just kind of looked over my works and picked my favorites. So that's why I chose many of the pieces I did. It really takes some time on my own to create new, different pieces along with the class assignments that I had already done. Our show will be open April 25th through May 6th. Our reception will be April 29th at 7 o'clock here in the Moses Provine Building, second floor gallery.
I'm Abby Fowler. I'm a mass communications, graphic design, and French triple major with a minor in dietetics, and I'm from Arkadelphia, Arkansas. I became an artist sophomore year of college. I know it's kind of late in the game, but I initially wanted to do architecture or engineering, but wound up coming to Ouachita, and neither of those are offered, so I tried business for about a year. Terrible decision. I'm horrible at accounting. So I took one art class and just fell in love from there. Whenever I do any artwork, I always jam out to music. I've got about 43 Pandora stations and listen to about 1,000 hours a month. So I'm just really invested in it, and it just kind of made sense to incorporate the two since I use the two so often together. My favorite part would have to be setting up each piece. I worked really hard on all of them, and they were all in different mindsets whenever I made them. So I wanted to focus on how each one was going to be hung or matted or anything like that. I really wanted to entice the audience to find a piece that really spoke to them, and I thought the best way to do that would be to individualize each thing while still keeping it all uniform and looking like it flows really well. I've got 3 favorites, I think. First of which, my watercolor wall over there. It started out just being watercolor, but as the semester progressed, I just kept sketching and taking photographs, and so I just wanted to portray everything possible. My professor Summer now calls it the art wall and is insisting that I no longer call it watercolor, but I don't really care. I'm going to do what I want. also my dresses. I went to fashion design school for 6 months on the weekends with one of Hillary Clinton's designers, and I had to kind of give that up for about a year because 2 jobs and 2 schools in 2 different towns was kind of a bad idea. So it was nice to get to spend this semester just focusing on that again and getting to bring it up and then show it to people. I think my 3rd favorite is probably my musical pieces. I did those over Christmas break. I've been obsessed with musicals since I was little. That's all I grew up on. So it was nice to be able to pick and choose my favorites and kind of be immersed in my favorite songs from it and then portray it through my art.